Welcome to the Rainbow Sash Movements podcast.
Now, there's been a lot of concern about the Vatican's investigation of American nuns. A lot of voices have been raised, concerned that this is just a oppressive move on the part of the church. I'll give you one example, a recent column written by Carol Marine, who's a writer for the Chicago Sun-Times. And she wrote a pretty strongly worded attack on this move. And she argued that this is just one more example of an out-of-touch patriarchal church coming down hard on women. And she adds that, these are the people who, for many decades, took care of the great institutions of the church, the schools and the hospitals, who did a lot of the grunt work and for very little compensation. So why is the patriarchal church coming down, especially on these people? And there is truth here. What I mean is, I've spoken to a lot of, especially older nuns over the years, and I know there was a fair amount of sexism institutionally in the church. Go back, especially in the years before the council, where women were kind of institutionally excluded or put down in different ways. Too many priests did disrespect, I think, the work of nuns, and nuns have reacted to that. Dirt cheap labor force for the church. So I understand those feelings. I think overlooks a very important fact, that these are religious women who had voluntarily taken vows of poverty to live lives of total dedication for the sake of the church. In that regard, they're no different than thousands of men religious, Dominicans and Franciscans and Carmelites and so on, who made very similar vows and did the same kind of, if you want, grunt work for almost no compensation. So I think the imposition of the categories of oppressive male versus the oppressed female is just too simplistic. Church that still doesn't get it, the male patriarchal church, again, just coming down hard, wanting to control those in inferior positions. Well, there's control and there's control. What I mean is, there is a kind of fussy intervention with the details of the life of the church. There's a fussy dominance that can happen. In the Vatican oppressing women, I think it's a legitimate interest in finding out how widespread this kind of opinion is. And I think as far as it goes, that's a valid concern.